Welcome to another miraculous edition of the Corey Margera Show. I'm your host, your Lord and Savior of Eternal Coolness, and your motherfucking taste God, Corey Margera. And in this episode, I'm pretty much going to be doing a response to Diesel 101 Raw's video. This video is going to be his video was not particularly about the subject that I'm going to talk about. His video was actually a video defending Daniel Bryan and, basically bashing the haters of Daniel Bryan, not the people who don't like him like I do, but the people who just hate on Daniel Bryan and call Daniel Bryan fans nerds and stuff like that. And he basically made a point in his video about how, like, a lot of people who bash Daniel Bryan and Daniel Bryan fans and his fans, basically he was saying, like, they have no right to be calling anyone nerds because some of them were indeed nerds themselves, and they weren't cool in high school, and he basically brought up a lot of solid points, a lot of things that kind of inspired me to make this video. But I really wanted to do this video, cool versus popular, because being cool and being popular are two completely different things, and I think a lot of people get them confused a lot. I personally, I have a completely different opinion on something that's cool, or someone who's cool and badass, compared to someone who's popular and is in a lot of the big cliques in high school, and who's very popular. He's on the football team, basketball team, or whatever. He's getting the chicks, he's getting the pussy, but I basically want to do a real good analysis of what I think being cool is and what I think being popular is, because I really want to, make people aware that there is a huge difference between the two. Some people think, like, oh, he's cool and popular, and I'm like, how is sagging skinny jeans and talking in ebonics and acting like you have no fucking common sense cool? I mean, that makes no sense. I never got that. That makes no fucking sense. I can see why it's popular. I can see it being accepted, because it's popular, but it's not cool. It's not cool. It's not, like, literally. I mean, some of these trends nowadays that get popularized and accepted by the media and the mainstream, and I'm like, these are some of the cheesiest, gayest, stupidest trends ever. These are so cheesy, so corny, and it's like, this shit is not cool. Like, this generation coming up has a completely fucked up, flawed view of what cool is and what being cool is. Cool is not fucking, it's being a thug or being a simp and being ghetto, being a ratchet hood rat, and just being this loud buffoon dancing to shitty rap music and shitty hip hop music and all these gay songs, all these cheesy songs, these pop songs. It's like, holy shit, this is not cool, bro. Dude, this is not cool. This is just overrated and popular. If you ask me what cool is, what a person who is cool, a person who's cool is someone who doesn't give a fuck, someone who has their own originality, someone who has their own style. They may be a little rebellious, they may be, they're not following the cliques, though. They're not trying to be popular. They're not trying to, I mean, if you look at, let me bring this up. If you go back and watch The Fast and the Furious, you look at Vin Diesel's character, Dom. He was cool. He wasn't trying to be popular. He wasn't trying. I mean, especially in the first Fast and Furious movie, because I'm not a huge fan of Fast and the Furious anymore. I've lost interest ever since Tokyo Drift with Bow Wow. I thought that was a shitty gay movie. Saw it sucked. Hated it. But, the first Fast and the Furious movie that came out back in 2001. Yeah, 2001 with Paul Walker, Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, you know, Vin Diesel in that movie was cool. He wasn't trying to be the guy. He wasn't trying to be the most popular. He wasn't trying to be cocky and show off. He was legit. He was a badass. He had I forgot the car he had in that movie. But basically it got totaled. Paul Walker's character, he was racing against him with the Mitsubishi Eclipse. That rapper was racing against him. That Asian kid was racing against him. And then you had Vin Diesel at the end. He was like, he was like, nah, you never had me. You never had your car. He was cool as shit. He didn't give a fuck what people thought of him. And when Brian O'Connor basically, even though he was undercover himself, but he basically saved him from the police because he's basically trying to prove that he stole a bunch of like street racing equipment, stuff like that. But basically that Vin Diesel and the Fast and the Furious, that was cool. Dante from Devil May Cry, the original Devil May Cry, I would say the first four Devil May Cry games. Even Devil May Cry 2, which gets a lot of shit. Devil May Cry, Dante was cool in that game. He was not like, he wasn't trying to be show offy. Even in 3 where he was a lot more show offy, but again, he was 19 in that game. He was cocky, arrogant, but he wasn't like, it wasn't just like stupid. It was actually, it wasn't like, it was just like, it was cool though. Like he made something that would just seem so immature and just foolish. He made it seem cool, and he was real cool in the first 4 games. I do not include the reboot. He was not cool in that game. That was not Dante. That was a piece of shit. He was not cool in that game. The Undertaker, when he was the American Badass, when he first became the American Badass, he wasn't as popular as like a The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin, but he was cool. He was just wearing his shades. He was no longer doing the Ministry of Darkness stuff. He was rocking the bandana, the trench coat. He was riding his motorcycle, not giving a fuck, man, kicking ass. He was a badass. He was cool, man. He was the Undertaker from 2000 to 2001 before he cut his hair and turned heel by making JR join the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club. Before he did that, he was cool as shit. That was cool. Scott Steiner coming on Monday Nitro and bashing Ric Flair and saying, I don't give a fuck. And he's like cursing, just coming out, unscripted, being Big Papa Pump, wearing those cool sunglasses, he's like, this is for all my freaks. Holla if you hear me. It was cool. That was cool. This swag and YOLO crap, that's not cool. That's just overrated, and it's popular, but it's not cool. It's very overrated. A lot of these trends are just so over fucking rated, and they just suck, and they're just so stupid. It's just like, how is this popular? How in the hell is this shit popular? It's like, you see motherfuckers sagging skinny jeans. You see them wearing like these cheesy clothes, wearing these chulo hats with the animals on them, and it's just like so corny and cheesy, and like that. Yeah, it's popular though. It's not like you're gonna be outcasted for it. It's popular. There's a lot of kids doing this stuff nowadays. The skinny jeans and all these cheesy bright colors, these neon colors and stuff like that, doing all these gay dances like the nae and booty shaking and all this stupid crap. It's popular, but it's not cool. It's not fucking cool. How is that cool? It's not. The Undertaker, when he was the American Badass, Dante from the Devil May Cry series, Gambit from X-Men, one of the most underrated X-Men of all time. He deserves way more respect than Wolverine, in my opinion. Wolverine is overrated. I think Wolverine is cool, but he's not as cool as Gambit. Gambit was fucking cool. He was a badass. That's someone who I look at and I say, Gambit is fucking cool. You know, fucking, it's like Sonic the Hedgehog, man. When he first came on the scene with the Genesis does, what Nintendo don't, when it was Sega versus Nintendo, Sega was cool. Sega was edgy. They had an edge. Nintendo was much more family oriented, kid friendly. You know, they had, obviously, you had Mario, Zelda. This was before Pokemon, but you had a few mature games. Obviously it was like Metroid. That was a really cool game, cool sci-fi game. You had the Mega Man games. You had Castlevania and stuff like that. But for the most part, people saw Nintendo as very kiddie, child friendly, family friendly. They weren't cool like Sega. Sega was cool as shit. Sega was badass. Sega was Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Sonic. He's this cool blue hedgehog with attitude. He's just fast and furious. He's kicking ass, kicking Dr. Robotnik's ass. He's a cool character. He's way cooler than Mario. In my opinion, it should have been Sonic versus Mega Man X. That really, in my opinion, that's what should have been the rivalry. But I know why it was Sonic versus Mario. It was Sega and Nintendo. And Mega Man X was a Capcom character, not a Nintendo character per se. So, but in my opinion, it should have been Sonic versus Mega Man X, because those were like the two of my childhood favorites. Those characters were fucking cool. Duke Nukem, he was cool as shit, man. He came out with the shades, blasting guns, getting all the ladies, all the pussy, all the hot chicks, kicking alien ass, trying to save the babes from destruction, man. That was cool. That was fucking cool. As a matter, this character right here, who I'm about to say, Fonzie from Happy Days, who is an overrated character, and he was cooler than this generation. This generation doesn't know what cool is. You motherfuckers are a bunch of nerds. You guys are a bunch of just cheesy. You guys are just cheesy as hell, man. This generation doesn't know what cool is, man. You guys don't know what cool cars are. You don't know what cool. You don't know the meaning of the word cool. You think you know the meaning. You think being cool means being popular, and that's not the case at all whatsoever. Being cool and being popular are two completely different things. A cool motherfucker is not afraid to be himself. He has confidence. He's not a bitch. He's not gonna just do whatever the mainstream wants him to do. He's not gonna do whatever the crowd's doing. He's gonna do what he wants to do. He's gonna decide what he thinks is cool. That's what a true cool badass does. He's not about trying to suck up to everybody. He's not about trying to be like all popular and going to all these parties and getting wasted. He's not. No, that's a facade. That is not what cool. That's what being popular is. That's trying to have a social life. That's trying to be popular. Being cool and being popular are two completely different things. And I just wanted to get that out there because when Diesel 101 Raw, he's a great subscriber. He's a cool guy. When he made that video though, he was basically saying like he hung out with the cool kids in high school. And when he was talking about like some of these thugs and stuff like that, I basically just had to nod my head. I was like, nah, dude, those motherfuckers are not cool. Those are the popular kids. You gotta twist it. Those aren't cool kids. Those are overrated, mainstream, materialistic, popular kids. Those aren't kids who are cool. Those are kids who are popular. And I think a lot of people, especially in this day and age, they get the meanings mixed up. Cool meaning popular. Like it's like being popular is cool, and I'm being cool by having all this swag and YOLO, and that shit is garbage, man. Swag and YOLO? Are you kidding me? all this Jersey Shore shit, man. Just no, you think just because you get the chicks and stuff like that, which is nothing wrong with that. That's cool to get chicks, but the way you're doing it, you're just simping and being a simp and just degrading yourself, coming out with all these cheesy, corny ass styles that are not cool. You know damn well they're not cool. They're just overrated as shit. They're fucking gay. You're gonna look a year from now, you're gonna look at yourself taking that gay ass selfie, wearing that bright yellow, having that cheesy mohawk, that dyeing your hair these weird colors, and you could be like, wow, I was fucking gay. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Yeah, that's exactly what you're gonna say, because that shit is not cool. That's you living in the moment, trying to be popular. That shit's not cool. That's you just trying to be popular. So we have to separate the difference here, because it's two completely different things to be cool and to be popular. Those are two completely different things. You know. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on that. You know, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that. Just stop trying to, say that being popular, like doing all this shit just to be popular, is cool. It's not cool. It's just you trying to be popular, you trying to have a social life, trying to prove yourself, but it's not cool. All right, damn well some of these styles are not cool, so don't even start. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Later.